Hi everybody, how you doing? My name is Clyde. I'm here today to tell you about this truck I got for sale. It is a beast. So feast your eyes on this big old piece of machinery. Now I gotta tell you straight up, if you gonna come out here and try to fuck me, then I will bend you over and I will fuck you too. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So let's start off by talking about the fact that this truck is haunted by a man named Steve. Now, Steve died during the Civil War and got hit in the chest with a cannonball. And when we talk about dead, that fucker was dead. D-E-D. Now let's say you and the wife and the kids want to take a nice, cool nighttime drive. Steve may want to reveal himself to you in his otherworldly, ghostly form. Now, I've seen Steve take on two states. One is the typical Civil War Steve we've all come to know and love. Now, the second one is a deep, dark, ghoulish creature that's 8 feet tall, smells like an anchovy's vagina, and he's got red glowing eyes. Needless to say, in that form, he's slightly aggressive. Now, just reach on over there to your glove compartment, pull out your trusty .357, point it at him and say, "The power of Christ compels you, Steve," and he will just disappear into nothing. Now let's move on. The catalytic converter stopped working around 1986. I remember that because it was not only the year the shuttle exploded, but it was also the year my cousin Roy converted to Islam so he could marry some pig-faced hooker he met in the Philippines while he was high on methamphetamine. Either way, this converter ain't converting shit. Now, upon short inspection, you may have noticed that most of the wheels are not currently attached to the vehicle. I'd say a simple screwdriver, a case of beers, some duct tape, and you'll be up and running faster than you can say Pamela Anderson's titties. Now, if you'll follow me over here to the right rear quarter panel, you will see that the gas tank is currently infested with bees. Now, these bees don't tend to be aggressive unless you happen to be a man wearing an earring, have a shirt on that does not feature the likeness of Dale Earnhardt Jr. or his father, God rest his soul, or if you've been recently using the Lord's name in vain. Okay, let's get into some details. Now, that steering system is smoother than semen from a silkworm, although the suspension definitely leans heavily to the right on account of how fat my third wife Sandra was. Hell of a woman, but she had an ass like a walrus and more chin hair than ZZ Top. There was a once friendly family of raccoons living under the left wheel well that later turned rabid and seemed to have acquired a skill for using firearms. I noticed because I witnessed one of them shoot my Uncle Terry at the Lions Club charity breakfast last Thursday. Either way, as we kind of wrap up here, I want you to know that the muffler system may have a couple holes in it. It also might not exist anymore as it fell off in 1996. It currently sounds a lot like Louis Armstrong trying to take an insufferable shit. There's also definitely a little bit of an issue with the heating system as my 7th son Nelson Willie put some silly putty in one of the vents and now it permanently sounds like a fart. Last thing I want to bring to your attention is that my first wife Bobby Sue Sugar Shits carved my name into the front bumper. She was more of a woman than any woman I ever met. She died during Bike Week in Daytona, Florida. She was lighting a fart upside down when her bush caught fire and it burned her butthole up real good. She didn't shit for a month after that, and I reckon it was probably that last triple pepperoni Hot Pocket that was too much for her bowels to handle. So if you think you're manly enough to handle this beast, give me a call. But if I see you coming down my driveway with anything less than an American flag t-shirt, I will shoot you on sight.